so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much.
Except they are outside. That is part of the struggle. If you don't know it. Those people are playing a major role also. They have taken their part. And as they have chosen that part, they should focus on it and turn their eye from the issue of the struggle that we're in. When you talk about the autopiloted IPOB, the struggle and the government of Biafra, take away your mind from there. Likewise, if there's an under area you know you can be able to perform well, go ahead and continue to do it diligently. Don't focus on your own brother. Don't focus on dehumanizing your brother, attacking your brother, destroying everything he did. Whatever he says, you oppose it. What are you going to gain from that? You can't gain anything. It will only make you look more stupid in the eyes of the people and the eyes of the world. It will make you look more irrelevant. And the more you continue to commit those crimes, the more it's become difficult for you to come back. The more it becomes difficult for you to turn back. It is better you begin to turn back from your evil. The earlier you begin to turn back, the better for you. The easier for you to fall in line again and continue to do the right thing. It is very, very dangerous for you to continue to deepen yourself into blackmail, propaganda, and all whatnot. And the bitter truth is that some people don't learn their lesson. People don't learn their lesson. You have seen people who fought this battle from the beginning. People that have every equipment, every access, every information, everything they need around them to fight the battle. They fought Mazi Samanepa. Even when he didn't have the kind of taproot he has today. They fought him, and yet he was standing. Let alone now that he has a taproot. Now that the whole Biafrans are behind him. Now that the world have known him to be Biafra himself. Now that they have seen him as that the Biafran people have chosen him as the new Prime Minister of Biafran government in exile. If you couldn't defeat him when he was just a Biafra like yourself, if you couldn't defeat him then, is it now that he is now the Prime Minister of Biafra government in exile, you defeat him? Ask yourself that question. People who were stronger than you, people who has more access, more information than you, they were not able to bring him down. They couldn't have any point to say that this is what he did and this is what he did not do. They couldn't have anything to hold him on. And today, there you go. You are still taking the same path. And sometimes when I hear the points they are making and the accusation are bringing us against someone, I begin to wonder, are you for real? Do these people really want freedom, or they are looking for something else? And from every indication, from the way they talk and the way they behave, you see that they are looking for something else. But you can't get what you're looking for by envy, jealousy, strife, and anger. No. You must have to calm down. Calm down and have a rethink. The Biafra project must come. It must happen, with or without you. With or without me. And as you know that Biafra can come from anybody, it can come with or without any one of us. Why are you bent on pursuing something that is irrelevant? Why do you spend your precious time to continue to speak against your own? Why do you continue to fight a battle that is irrelevant, that when you know you cannot win the battle? Why don't you spend that precious time and focus on the reality of the day? Why don't you spend that precious time and focus on the situation in Biafra land today? You have seen the situation in Biafra land, that the rejection have increased. More Biafrans have lost their life. More properties have been lost. Dehumanization have increased. And nobody is there to speak for us. The whole world is complicit in the attack against Biafra. You know that, I know that. Why then now do you have to remove your eye from what matters and you're now talking about things that are irrelevant? Your own brother that is making wave, that the whole world is looking on him, listening to him. Yes. You are trying as much as you can to bring yourself down, not him. Because you can't bring him down. He is far, far, far ahead. Today, our Prime Minister of the Biafran government in exile is having a lot of engagements, making so many diplomatic moves. Those we made in the open and those he's making in the secret. Various diplomatic moves. And one interesting thing that is, he is not somebody who just say, I am doing this underground. Whatever he does underground, the following minute you see it, he will show it to you and you will see. And you will know that he's actually doing something. That is not a joke. That is the person we have. And we must be proud of him. We are supposed to be proud of him and celebrate him at all given time. Why are you doing something different from what you are supposed to do? Why? It is so sad. It is so sad. In this critical time, seeing every challenges that is facing the Biafran people at the critical time, why do you have to see, why do you think that attacking the Prime Minister of Biafra government in exile is the only thing you can do now? Why? You say you know better. You say you have ideas. Must you implement is it that you cannot implement the idea unless you destroy somebody who is there already? Is that what it's all about? Is it that the only idea you have to bring Biafra is to make sure that you tarnish the image of the Biafra Prime Minister, Prime Minister? It's so sad. But the earlier you wake up, the better for you. Face reality. Stop chasing shadows. Stop chasing shadows. The truth will remain the truth. It doesn't matter how you paint it. And the funniest thing is that everyone comes out and say, I am saying the truth. I am speaking the truth. I am speaking. Everybody is speaking the truth. Even when they are lying before you, they will tell you they are saying the truth. Just like on that very video I saw. On that very video where they were showing you the office of the Biafra government in exile, and they were saying that our Prime Minister lied. What lie did he tell? Can you tell me the lie that our Prime Minister have told? He gave you the address. You went there. It was the address. He showed you the picture of the building. You went there. It was the building. He told you that the building is under renovation. You went there. It's under renovation. What lie did he tell? Did you call the estate manager and he told you that no, nobody have taken the building? Did you call and he told you that nobody has taken the building? Did you go to the building or you see different offices there? Apart from the office you were told I was there. What is the lie that he has told? I don't know why envy and jealousy could not allow people to think before they do certain things. One of them was saying that they said that the office is in DC and now it is here in Baltimore. Our Prime Minister of Biafra government never said it was in DC. People that opened office in DC was the former people who went ahead to begin to run their mouth that they were going to open Biafra government in exile because they saw that Master was speaking about that. They ran ahead and began to open offices in DC, begin to show us videos and whatever. Begin to show us pictures. Those were the people who talked about DC. We never spoke about that. And when they were saying that, we knew that it wasn't real, so we didn't bother. You didn't see any IPOB man going to DC to go and look for the house or look for the area or begin to video and show. We don't have any need for that. We have a lot of autopiloted members in the United States. When the DC office was raining and those saboteurs were pushing that, we didn't have any time to spend and go to make any such kind of moves. Because we know that they are not real. It's all deception. And today, when Master Simon talked about the new office of the Biafra government in exile, the headquarters in the United States, he said it clearly. He gave the address. He gave the picture of the house. And he told it's under the construction, under renovation. And you went there, you saw it was under renovation. You claim to be a journalist, investigative journalist. What investigation did you do? And what was wrong in the investigation he did? That is one funny thing. They can let them point out what is wrong. What did you see that is different from what Master Samaneka told you in that investigation? There was nothing that was pointed out. Nothing they pointed out that was different from what Master Samaneka said. But the funny thing is that most of us Biafrans do not take time to pay attention to brokers sometimes. Or when somebody is speaking, the same thing was happening when Master Nandekano was here. So many messages of Master Nandekano, people never paid attention. Some we are just paying attention to it today. There are so many things that Master Nandekano said that it is just today that we are paying attention to it. When he said it, nobody paid attention, nobody listened. So many of his messages, that is why we replay and repost many of his messages. And when you begin to replay and begin to repost, you begin to catch informations one after the other. Oh, you say, oh, he has said it. There are some of the brokers of Master Nandekano you play. It will seem as if he's talking about today. So many of his brokers, when you replay it, it will seem as if he's talking about the situation that you are in now. But people were not paying attention when he was saying all that things. That is why people are easily deceived. People are easily pushed aside. The same thing is happening in the time of Master Samaneka. When Master Samaneka is broadcasting, some people just come there to look at his face, to look at the background of the place, and they don't listen to what he's saying. They don't pay attention to the words he's using. If you pay attention to every word he's using, you don't have any reason to begin to listen to blackmailers and distractors. If you are paying attention. If you're a good listener, you don't have any reason to be distracted. But because so many of us are not good listeners, when you see a cheap blackmail and propaganda, you key into it. You join them and you begin to broadcast it. You begin to circulate it. You begin to say, oh, so it's true. What is true? What is the truth? Is it that what you are told wasn't the truth? Is the building not there? Is the address wrong? The place is not yet in use, still under renovation, which you were told. And you have had our Prime Minister come back in 2 months' time and then tell us what you will see. Come back in 2 months' time and tell us when the office becomes fully operational. When it becomes fully operational, come there and make your report. It is so sad when people are envious, they don't have patience to follow the right process of things. When people are jealous and envious, they can't be able to process things. That is how bad it is. That is really, really bad. But I must tell you, we have to change from that kind of mentality. We must have to change from this kind of mentality and begin to reason properly. Do things rightly. Do things that we need to do when we need to do them. There's no point pushing blackmail, propaganda, and distraction from right, left, and center. Things that doesn't hold water. Things that makes you look irrelevant. Information that makes people see you as somebody who is irresponsible. You don't engage in such. That is how sad it is. Most of the people who are doing all this today were people who have been respected all this while. People that we had so much respect for all the time. But all of a sudden, they turn around 360 degrees and throw themselves to the dust. And when you throw yourself to the dust, you begin to blame kids that the children have insulted you. You insulted yourself. You insulted yourself. You called for it. That's why we will have to be very, very careful in whatever we do in this struggle. I have said it time and time again that it is not compulsory that every one of us must fight for Biafra freedom. There is no law that says that every one of us must engage in this struggle. No law that says so. No. Every one of us have a role to play. That's one thing or the other you choose to do. Not necessarily be in the front or the war front. No. There are other areas you can be able to perform. When you feel that one area is too heavy for you, that's no problem. You step aside and allow the people who still have the strength to move on to move on. That is how it works. Today we have several important issues that we're supposed to face. The health of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is one of the greatest challenges we are facing today. The health of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is one of the greatest challenges we are facing today. That time you spend in castigating Mazen Simon Ekpa and talking trash about him, why don't you spend that time to call on the world about the situation of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and his health? Why don't you spend that time to complain, to protest, to speak, and make videos about the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of IPOB, whom all of us revere? Someone whom every one of us respect, and we talk about him at all times. Today he's languishing in jail, even after he has been granted freedom. A prisoner of conscience. A man has committed any crime, they are holding him against his will. And you hear about his health situation deteriorating. It didn't move you. You still have the time to begin to speak against those who are working to see that Biafra comes and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is free. I have been saying it on my platform time and time again, that I don't want to give Mazen Nnamdi Kanu a freedom that he will come out and begin to be answerable to somebody. I want Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to come out and raise the Biafran flag. And it's going to happen. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be free. And one of the ways you can free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is to make sure you get more serious on the struggle, the actualization of Biafra. And that is what the Biafra Prime Minister in Exile is doing. You heard in his first speech, that freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a top priority. I have said it many times. The freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not in the hand of the Janjaweed. It's not in the hand of the Western world. It's not in the hand of the judges or the lawyers. It is in the hand of the Biafran people, you and I. It is we that will determine if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be free or not. And how are we going to do that? We will do that by listening to the right people and doing the right thing. The civil disobedience that we have been applying have been doing a marvelous job. And we will continue to engage in that civil disobedience. Like today. Today is Monday. And in Biafra land, it's a lockdown. And I applaud every Biafran in Biafra land that has still continued to be consistent on that very road. Biafrans are still continuously sitting at home to make sure that our voice is being heard. Biafrans are continuously sitting at home in Biafra land. Today is Monday, and sit at home is going on in Biafra land. Businesses are locked down. Every place is on halt. And just as we promise that we will continue to do that until Mazen Nnamdi Kanu regains his freedom, we are keeping that promise. And I applaud every Biafran in Biafra land that is genuinely and sincerely engaging this at home. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abia continue to strengthen you and empower you. Do not worry. You are on the right path. For every business you lose on Monday, on Tuesday, you are going to get triple of that business. Any money you lose on Monday, on Tuesday, you will get triple of it. So you have nothing to worry about. All you got to do is to pay attention. Continue to do that. These are one of the things that will make Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to be free. And I can bet you, the sit at home have done a marvelous work. The Janjaweed can never forget it. And they cannot forget Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. This is one of the things that is holding them ransom. Every Monday, the whole nation will always remember Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, whether you like it or not. Every Monday, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be the topic. Every Monday, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be the topic, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, you have no choice. And we will continue to do that until we get Mazen Nandekana out. And you have heard our spokesperson, Mazen Samaneba, announce the coming sit at home on May 29th. As they are preparing to swear in their Muslim ticket in Nigeria, Biafra land will be under lock and key. 29th is a total lockdown in Biafra land. And remember 30th, our Heroes Day. So begin to prepare yourself wherever you are. Any place you are in Biafra land. Begin to prepare yourself for the forthcoming sit at home, 29th and 30th. And on the eve of that 29th is a curfew. Eve of 29th is a curfew. That is 28 nights. It's a curfew until the following morning. And remember, in that very sit at home of 29th, every government offices, it doesn't matter where they are, every one of them should be under lockdown. Because we are not part of this evil government that they want to install. Let them install it for themselves. We have no problem with them putting it in the Abuja. It is their business. It is them. But for us, we are not part of it. And we don't. The same way we boycotted their election. The same way we removed ourselves from the election. The same way. Let anybody who wants to govern go and govern with them. They cannot have any governance in Biafra land. It will not happen. Their offices will not operate in Biafra land. Excuse me. So every one of us should stand firm and stand strong. Don't allow anybody to distract you or deceive you. Deception will come. Distraction will come. But do not allow them to deceive you. We must continue to focus on that which is right. We must continue to be consistent in our demand. We must be consistent in our demands at all times. Biafra is what we want and nothing else. Anybody that is looking for something else, if you're seeking for any kind of favor from any man or woman, that is your own personal issue. It doesn't have anything to do with Biafra. For Biafran people, our first priority is to get Mazen Nandekana out and then have our nation, raise our flag. And that flag will be raised. It doesn't matter whether you support it or you don't support it, whether you agree or you don't agree. It doesn't really matter to us. What matters to us is that Biafra is going to be a reality in a short while. We will make sure that the state of Biafra come to existence. And I thank Chukwu Abiyama for our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ever, for his courage to make that move of establishing Biafra government in exile. I'm so happy with that. And today, when you speak about Biafra, you speak about Biafra with your head lifted high. You will speak about Biafra with your head lifted high. No man can take that away from you. No woman can take that away from you. Nobody can tell you otherwise. Biafra is our home. Biafra is our nation. Biafra is our country. Biafra is existing and will continue to exist. You cannot take away that area from us. No matter how you try, you will always fail. Just like you failed in 1967, you will fail again. But I tell you this time, this is the last time you engage Biafrans. This time is the last time you engage Biafrans. We are going to take our land back by all means possible. No matter what propaganda you bring, no matter the attack you bring, no matter the blackmail you bring, no matter your strategy, we are going to stand firm and stand strong until we get our country back. That is a reality that you must have to take. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or you don't believe it, Biafra will come. Whether you support it or you don't support it, Biafra will come. This is a mandate from Chukwu Abiyama. And for those of you who think that the best thing they can do for themselves is to continue to be a distraction to the coming of Biafra, you think that you have volunteered.